like you guys definitely came out passing, like with an emphasis on passing that game. I think, in that first series in particular. And I'm not saying you were afterthought, but they definitely were trying to contain you. What do you think that balance is going to be like this year? Like there may be games where there's emphasis on the run game. Do you feel like it'll alternate?
Well, definitely, but then also it's what the defense is giving us, and I think that we're in a place now with the offense to where you kind of have to pick your poison. It's like, hey, if you want to have an emphasis on the run game, then we have plenty of targets, we got plenty of talent on the outside to make you pay for that, and then vice versa in the running back room. So it's going to be on us in the running back room to make sure that we're prepared and we're ready for when our opportunities are called to capitalize. Because at the end of the day, it's going to help the guys on the outside.
Jonathan, this is your first week one win since being here. Is it different at all moving on from that?
It is because it's the first one. I was just happy that I got to be a part of it. I know some of these older guys, they've been working for a while and grinding and trying to get one of those. So I'm happy that I could be a part of that to help get that done. But we got to continue to grow and build on top of that and continue to stack these wins.
What did you see from DJ?
Giddens?
Yeah.
I thought DJ had some great plays. He had some great hits. First game, first time really getting banged around in a real game environment. So I thought that was interesting. I can't wait to see him put more of his talents on display. Everybody's first game, you're trying to go in there, trying to do your job. But of course, the more reps he gets, the more comfortable he'll be, and I think you'll guys be able to see what he can really do.
If he can give you a breather every now and then, what's that do for you?
It just keeps everybody fresh. I mean, if you have someone like DJ Giddens, I mean, I know you guys have probably seen his game tape, but fresh DJ Giddens, I mean, he's dangerous, he's lethal. So if you're able to go back and forth like that, it almost gives the defense no rest. Sometimes you might think a guy comes out, defense can get a rest, but that's not what we want to do here. We want to make sure there's no drop off. It's the same high level of elite play.
Coming here, Daniel Jones, obviously there's expectations that there might be people that, look at where you were last stop and compare it to the new stop. So how are you seeing him just kind of navigate a new opportunity without just carrying all the old stuff?
I think it's almost like the next play mentality. It's like, okay, it's a new year, it's a new season. It's another opportunity to go put your talents on display and put a good product on the field. So with that mindset, especially at the quarterback position, you have to take each year as its own. So ever since he stepped foot in here, he's been treating this totally different year. He's like, I'm ready to put the work in. I've been working in the off season, and then now that I'm here with you guys, continue to build that bond, that chemistry, so that we can go out there and put a good product on the field. And I think he's been doing that each and every single day.
JT, new year, new season, but is there just a little piece of you that is using this Denver game this week going fuel from how everything happened last year out in Denver?
Nah, I mean, I'm somebody, I think if you need to use other things to motivate you, I'm intrinsically motivated. So if you don't want to go out there every single game and be the best player on the field, I don't know what to tell you. That's just my mentality every single week, every single game I go out there. So just taking this approach, knowing it's a great defense, it's almost like a challenge. It's a challenge for the offense to say, hey, how good can we really be?
On Sunday, it looked like you really stood out in pass protection. Do you feel like you've kind of turned a corner there, or has there been anything different that looks like it reached such a high level?
Definitely with the communication, just all being on the same page, definitely being able to understand what looks they're bringing and being on the same page, especially with the center. A lot of times guys can show one thing, as we go through cadence, they rotate and they change into something else. So being all in tune with the different looks that we can get and being on the communication with the guys up front and being able to pick up anything that the defense may show us is something that we take great pride in.
Given how much Miami blitzed, is that pretty impressive that Tanner was able to kind of keep everyone on the same page in what his third career start for?
It was, but I mean, of course, you got those Wisconsin guys that come in here, they come in pro ready, and that's just been a kind of a theme, I think, with guys coming in here from the University of Wisconsin. But yeah, ever since last year, though, you guys saw flashes of it when he had to step in, that he did a really good job. So now having a full off season to kind of really take the reins, I think he'll still be able to grow. And as he sees more looks and more defenses start throwing more things at him, it's just going to add to his toolbox.
I'm sure part of that is Daniel too, though, like because you've played with Matt Ryan and Phillip. Like, is he kind of reminiscent of getting guys organized in that way?
Definitely. That was kind of something that I first noticed when I got here with when DJ first got here was, he's been around for a while, so he's seen some defenses. He's seen a lot of defenses. So when you have a quarterback that kind of understands there's there's not a whole ton of new things that he hasn't seen before. It's kind of easy to, once he understands our protection scheme, to say, hey, let's get into these different protections in order to make sure that we're protected. So I thought that was pretty cool to see that he came in, grasped our system very well, and then was able to utilize that at a high level.
JT, do you think you had any close calls for some big games last year? Obviously, the run game was just a little bit slow getting started in general.
Definitely, we'll still be able to continue to grow, but there were some. There's always going to be some every game you wish that you had back, or maybe you wish maybe I took a step here rather than here. But those guys did a heck of a job last week up front, creating some lanes. We'll continue to grow. Like I said, a tough opportunity this week, but that's where the challenge is. That's where the chase is how good can we be, with another good front coming in here.